I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review, and this is another paid request from DavieVids. As for Surviving Christmas from 2004. Now, this is a film that, from what I understand on the backstory of this, when the movie was being made, there wasn't a completed script. Apparently, James Gandolfini, one of the actors here, was not really happy about it because he was tired of all the shit that had to be ad-libbed. And this is a movie that was completed but was held off for a while. And I guess it was supposed to come out in 2003, but then one studio was like, no, someone said, no, we want to release Paycheck. Which I love Paycheck, but that film did not do well. And they're like, well, shit, what do we do next? Maybe we should release this direct-to-video. There's this film and another film, Envy, with Ben Still and Jack Black. That also was thought of just to be a direct-to-video movie with this. And they said, nah, let's just release it. And then when it came out, it absolutely bombed. And this is a point in Ben Affleck's career where nothing he did was successful. Geely, which I reviewed Geely. I don't think it's the worst comedy ever. I don't think it's great. I can barely call it good. But it's like a time waster that I have some dumb fun with, and there's flaws in it, but one of the worst movies ever. Hold my fuck and something else, whatever else you want to hold. I can name you 100 movies worse than Geely, and I can name you 100 movies worse than this. Again, this is not a great movie. You barely call it a good movie, but it's one of those, like, one of the worst movies ever. Come on now. With all the fucking movies I've seen, have you seen Kingdom of Var? Have you seen Robo Vampire? Have you seen Fateful Findings? Have you seen Feeders or Feeders 2? Or The Night Brings Charlie? Or some of this other fucking shit I've seen that you probably haven't even heard of? But yeah, Geely didn't do well. Jersey Girl didn't do well. Paycheck, which I do enjoy, that didn't do well. Like, ever since Daredevil, which was a hit, nothing he did was a success. And this is when Ben Affleck... I like Ben Affleck. As a person, he's made some fuck-ups, I will admit. But I do like him as an actor. And you know what? He did The Town and Gone Baby Gone, he directed. Good films. Argo is okay. I didn't love it, but it was okay. And I've always liked Ben Affleck. Ever since I saw him in the Kevin Smith movies. I like him in Paycheck. I like him as Daredevil, especially the director's cut. I don't mind reindeer games. I can watch it. Good Will Hunting. So maybe it's because I'm a Ben Affleck fan. Phantoms. I like Phantoms. That's why I could watch this. And Ben Affleck seems like he's trying to have fun with the part. The movie, the plot of the film is Ben Affleck is this guy who he's rich, but he doesn't know how to handle people. His girlfriend's upset that he bought tickets to Fiji even though it's the holidays. I'm like, I'll go to Fiji. Hey Ben, I'll go to Fiji with you. Be a shitload of girls there. You can give me some tips. Or you can give me some tips and then pay for the girls. Whatever. But she gets pissed, so he's sitting there alone. He talks to someone. Someone goes, go to your home that you had as a kid. Do this thing where you put your regrets or whatever, you burn them, you forgive, whatever the fuck. You forgive yourself, whatever the hell you want to do. He does that, and the people that live there are Catherine O'Hara, the mom in Home Alone 1 and 2, and James Gandolfini from The Sopranos. He's no longer with us, may he rest in peace. Sadly, I think he did have a drug problem, which I think might have led to his death, which is too bad, because James Gandolfini's a good actor. And there are once in a while a moment that did make me chuckle. When he's burning stuff, James Gandolfini thinks he's going to burn something else, so he knocks Ben Affleck out with a shovel. The part that made me laugh is when he wakes up, and just the way Gandolfini goes, "You got any more matches? Are we done with that?" Like, the way Gandolfini said that line did make me chuckle. I think just the way he delivered it. Because like I said, James Gandolfini, talented actor. And so one thing leads to another, and Ben decides to rent this family for Christmas. Rent it for the holidays for $250,000. And oh, one thing I should mention, this cover, the original cover, the poster, was without this picture. This was a time where the studio was so on the mind frame of, oh my god, nothing with Ben Affleck sells. When they were going to release this, they were not going to have Ben Affleck's picture on here. It was just going to be this present with the feet coming out. That's how much box office poison Ben Affleck was at the time. But then they said, no, let's just put this, that's why you have this weird thing with this picture on here. Because the original idea, it was just going to be this other stuff. But this wasn't going to be on there. So, just came to mind. I guess while watching the film, I don't mind the cast. Because not only do you have those mentioned, Christina Applegate, she arrives, she's the family's daughter, and Ben Affleck's like, oh wait, this throws everything out of whack. And Christina Applegate's going, what the fuck, you're sad, lonely, pathetic, what are you doing, this is stupid. And the family, I think with the family, one of the issues, the family is quite unlikable. And yeah, I get that there's issues, there's problems with the marriage, but while I like the actors, their characters are a different matter. Like, James Gandolfini gets mad at Ben Affleck eating salami. If someone's going to pay me $250,000 for 3 days, he can eat all the fucking salami you want. I think you can go out and afford more fucking salami for $250,000. Or he doesn't want to wear this Christmas hat. Again, for $250,000, I'll wear a fucking Santa hat when it's around Christmas. Idea is supposed to be the joke because he doesn't want to do these things, but I just makes me go, Why? Why don't you do that? It's not that big of a fucking deal. It's not even that embarrassing. Maybe when it got to, oh yeah, I see no Christmas tree, and Ben Affleck's head, he's very focused on you have to do these certain traditions. And I know a lot of people felt Ben Affleck's character was annoying. I don't know if it's because I like Ben Affleck. I didn't find his character that annoying like other people did. So maybe that's also another thing where, yeah, it's a weird situation. I just never found Ben Affleck to be such an irritating character. We can't do this anymore. I didn't feel that way. It's okay, a handful, very few times, to be fair. When the younger kid, Ben Affleck's throwing these snowballs, ooh, and the nuts, oh, Eye of the Tiger, he's throwing, and the kid's just taking it. It's like when I say kid, like I don't know, 15-year-old, give or take, 16-year-old. James Gandolfini comes out and goes, so you like throwing snowballs? Throw some at me. And Ben's like, no, that's okay. No, come on, throw some at me. And then Ben throws like a soft snowball. This is Gandolfini, and then James goes, now it's my turn. Like, that's a moment that made me chuckle laugh. Like, more moments like that. I do think if they took some pages from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, among other movies, maybe that would have been better. I think if this movie was such an ad-libbed flick with not a settled down script, that's probably why you have certain scenes that just don't hit as successfully as they could. That if you had more scenes like the snowball bit and less scenes of the salami bit or whatever, this is a movie that, again, I could watch it as a time waster, but it's not a Christmas favorite or any of the sort. I guess also with Ben Affleck, I didn't really hate the character or anything because there's a point where Catherine O'Hara mentioned, no, it was James Gandolfini. He mentions, oh, me and her, we're thinking of breaking up, and then Ben Affleck's like, what? It was me? What? Forget the hat. We don't need the hat. No, it wasn't you. And I'm like, okay, Ben Affleck wasn't just mean or rude or cruel and didn't care about anyone's feelings. He did care. But then it's one of those things that when it got to the end and apparently these characters patch up, I went, I don't really buy these characters patching up. It didn't seem really much of a patch up. It's just like the finale is kind of weak. Just things go wrong. Then Ben Affleck simply says, it's ironic, I paid this money to be with your family, you're giving it away for free. But he says that one line to Gandolfini's character, sits down with Catherine O'Hara, they have a little talk, things are fine. I went, that seems like there should be a bit more to that. I don't know, just... And like some of the jokes don't land. Catherine O'Hara does this photo shoot to she's my cherry pie, and she's looking sexy, and she's actually being photographed by Udo Kier of all people. And like the kid, he loves to look at porn. He's looking at porn at one point, and it's his mom in a V for victory pose. And the kid's like, something should not be seen. He walks away. The next thing we see him, he's perfectly fine in with the whole family watching this. I'm like, is there something missing? Where the kid, dazed, disturbed, now he's perfectly fine. Isn't there something in between? And yeah, it's somewhat predictable. You know, Christina Applegate and Ben Affleck, since they're arguing with each other, you know by the end they don't get together, and they do. So yeah, it's a predictable film. It's not filled with a ton of laughs as it should. The fact that this ad-libbing stuff, you do tell the script is not refined. There's a lot more that could have been done with it. But again, this whole notion that so many of Ben Affleck's films are called the worst films ever, I'm like, give me a break. Daredevil, one of the worst comic book movies ever. Geely, one of the worst comedies ever. This, one of the worst Christmas movies ever. I went, if you don't like Ben Affleck, you don't like Ben Affleck. But I think that's why a lot of times this is the worst ever category for his movies. And I don't agree with that one damn bit. Are there nice moments in this? To me, yes. Like I said, the snowball thing made me laugh. The actors, their characters could be written better, but I like the actors. There's some nice dramatic moments of Ben Affleck. Christina Applegate trying to figure out why this whole thing with Christmas. And he talks about how his dad left when he was 4. He would eat pancakes at Christmas at a coffee shop because his mom would work for overtime. His mom passed away when he was in college. It's not over the top. I didn't feel it was melodramatic. I thought Ben Affleck did a good job selling that. In the last scene I liked, spoiler alert, spoilers, the last scene where all of them are in a diner and conversing, pull back shot with a Christmas song playing in the background. Listen, the movie didn't seem as zany, crazy as you would think a movie called Surviving Christmas would be. Like I said, Surviving Christmas, there's not a whole lot to survive. What, to put on a hat? To hire a grandfather to do a script? This photo shoot with the Christmas, the more adult pose. Like there's not a lot of like crazy insanity that truly happens in this movie that to me, compared to A National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or even some of the other Christmas movies you would think of. So I think it could have been pushed even further. Now, I don't know if you need to push it to black comedy or whatnot, but it seemed like it needed to be just pushed further, more crazy, more levels of on top of this insanity. And I don't want to say subdued is the word I'm looking for, but I can't think of the word I'm looking for, actually. I believe this is from the director of Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Mike Mitchell. Should look him up. But, yeah, I mean, it's a flawed film, but I don't think it's one of the worst Christmas movies ever. That's just my opinion. But again, I like Ben Affleck. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later.